sweeping across the Hungarian suicide. One suicide is tragic.
Did anyone listen to what colors I said I used?
4. 18 individual suicides. It's bizarre. Detectives discover something they all share.
The Lavender Town fame?
Music.
People are killing themselves over a song.
Is music really that powerful?
Do, 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 do.
Things shared by every
Do.
culture, but the ones that we find everywhere are language and music.
How do you sing this song?
Suggests that there's some fundamental connection between music and the way our brain functions. Recent research has found that uplifting music affects the limbic system in your brain.
Limbic.
The emotional center, releasing endorphins, which makes you feel good. So this connection between music and the functioning brain is quite profound.
The story of the suicide song begins 6 years earlier, when Rizzo Sears falls from the high wire. It ends his career in the service. To make ends meet, he plays piano at a restaurant called the Kiz Pippa, said to be the coldest in Central Europe.
Hey, Laszlo. Life's still wonderful. I know. That was 6 months ago.
Not love, poverty, failing health. These can be found anywhere. But Hungary in the early 30s has a particularly rough time.
No.
The Great Depression hits hard. Anti-Semitism is on the rise.
All right.
Fascist politicians.
And a song that kills people in the 30s.
Against this backdrop of personal failure and communal fear, Rizzo begins to compose his infamous songs. But when it was his first attempt to his friend,
Can't be the Lavender Town fame.
My tears and sorrows are all in vain. People are heartless, greedy, wicked. The world is dead. Well, what do you want to do more of a book? Oh, story, maybe. Something to make them bite.
What to make them bite? I would become a dentist like my mother told me. I want to make them bite. I want them to hear me call out from the Siberia of my soul.
Laszlo writes new lyrics to make the song even darker than Rizzo's depressing first attempt. They call it Gloomy Sunday.
This is the original English language sheet music for Gloomy Sunday.
Here.
In the song, a man invites his dead lover to come to his own funeral because he killed himself because she's dead. So it's a sad song. And that's before you even take a note of the music.
But when the song is released, the deaths begin.
This Sunday, with shadows, I spend it all. My heart and I have decided to end it all.
These are the lyrics police discover on one suicide note.
Soon there'll be candles, prayers that are sad, I know. Let them not weep. Let them know that I'm glad to go.
In another suicide, a record of Gloomy Sunday is on the player, and victims dragged from the Danube are found clutching the sheet music.
Death is no dream, for in death I'm caressing you. With the last breath of my soul, I'm caressing you. Gloomy Sunday.
It's not just the lyrics that affect people's minds. The music itself can be equally dangerous.
Research has found that music can have a profoundly negative effect on our emotional state. Unpleasant music triggers the posterior cingulate cortex, which is right here. In brain scans, this area lights up when people are confronted with emotional pain or situations of conflict. And so there's a suspicion that we may be relating discordant music with negative speech.
And Gloomy Sunday, by accident or design, it's all the right notes.
The song is written in a minor key, and that's very important. A major key sounds like this. Very warm. Studies have shown that the frequencies in a major key are similar to our voice when we're talking in an excited way. This is what a minor key sounds like. Slightly sad and melancholy. Studies have shown those frequencies are very similar to our voices when we're depressed or sad. So this song pushes many depressing buttons. And in fact, it's depressing just talking about it.
Is this song so bad it inspires suicide?
Well, this is not killing people because it's awfully. Oh, let this guy near piano. Cue the anti-Justin Bieber jokes.
Wednesday. What does the death of an ocean have to do with the birth of civilization?
Too warm.
Facts in Mumbai teach us about the extinction of the dinosaurs.
Too green.
And why were the British
What was that? Falling off.
The connections are deeper than you think. Rise of the Titans, Leadership, Wednesday,
I'm pulling my paint off.
question everything.
Easter's around the corner. Make it extra special for someone you love with a personalized
Leave me.
Easter basket from Personal
My sandwich is still fighting me.
Baskets are sold for $24.99, but order now through the special TV sale and get one for just $17.99. Save over 25%. Your Easter basket includes delicious chocolates and candies and an adorable plush bunny, all for just $17.99.
Oh, what if I don't want a plush bunny that's adorable? What if I want a scary plush, not bunny?
Go to personalcreations.com, click on the star in the upper right corner, and enter code rectangle in the box. And while you're there, check out the
Like
other
a
exciting
sheep
Easter gifts
that's
from Personal Creations.
got bloodlust in its eyes.
To get these one-of-a-kind Easter baskets, go to
That's not proper Easter
click on the
talk.
star, and enter code rectangle or call 877-467-6900 and mention TV. Supplies are limited and Easter is coming soon. Make it a memorable one with this beautiful basket. Go online and order now.
Need the Peter Cottontail. Hopefully the fox doesn't get him. Oh, see, look at that. They talk about such a gloomy song. And now I talk about such gloomy stuff.
10 bonus points for every dollar spent on stage within the Hilton Honors portfolio. 5 bonus points on eligible travel
I wonder if you play that stuff, if those musics kill people, if it'll work on animals.
So you can get to the place
Like, again, take a rabbit, give them gloomy Sunday, even though they don't understand human English. And then see if he goes and runs out into a field and just screams so the hawk comes and eats him. Even though I read it's animals don't commit suicide. Even though people say otherwise. The anecdotals of dogs whose owners died and it was sad. So the dog runs out in the street and lays down to be hit by a car because the dog is so sad.
One song, Gloomy Sunday, is linked with 18 suicides in
But
Hungary alone.
crows know how cars work.
Worldwide popularity.
The song took off internationally.
They know that cars crush nuts and snails.
British press began to make the connection with the spate of suicides that deeper concern arose.
Walter tells of a Hungarian who has written a song called Gloomy Sunday, which is so dispiriting that 18 people are said to have committed suicide after listening to it.
Scientific research suggests that suicides can be contagious. It's known as the Werther effect.
The effect goes back to 1774 with the release of Werther's book, The Sorrows of Young Werther, which is a novel about a young man who commits suicide. After the release of that book, the number of suicides went up unexpectedly. In fact, back in 1962, when Marilyn Monroe took her life, the number of suicides after that event went up 12%, which doesn't sound like much, but that's about 303 additional suicides.
With the flames of World War II
Overkill.
across Europe, the BBC banned Gloomy Sunday, citing concerns over morale. In
Hey,
America,
actually.
it's cautious. Billie Holiday records what will become its most famous version. Despite the international controversy, Rezo earns a fortune in royalties waiting for him in a New York bank. But he is stuck in communist Hungary. His other works, such as Waiter, Bring Me the Bill and I Love Being Drunk, are flops.
Why don't we try doing that? Give our foes depressing music.
He could always try playing them his hit record, Gloomy Sunday.
Then what?
A warning. Listening to this song could be extremely hazardous to your health. So you do so at your own risk.
You just go and give that to your enemies.
My heart and I have decided to end it all. Soon there'll be candles and prayers that are sad, I know. Let them not weep, let them know that I'm glad to go. Death is no dream, for in death I'm caressing you. With the last breath of my soul, I'll be blessing Gloomy Sunday.
If you're a zombie, would this be a happy song?
Rezo never gets to leave his country,
Doot, 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 doot.
and Gloomy Sunday's lethal power does not appear to have affected the world. Hungary was uniquely suited to a song that could kill. It was released during the Hungarian Depression, and its gloomy lyrics and music had effects on the brain that we are only beginning to understand. And Rezo could not have inflicted Gloomy Sunday on a more suicide-prone country.
In the 20th century, Hungary has had the highest rate of suicide. From 1978 to 1995, the rate was 40 out of 100,000 people committed suicide. For comparison with the US, the rate was 11.
The story of Rezo Seres ends with one more victim of suicide. Destitute and depressed, in 1968 he jumps from the window of his Budapest apartment. Perhaps Rezo also fell victim to the curse of Gloomy Sunday.
I can't do this upside down.
For most people, surviving a gruesome injury is a lucky escape. But what if cheating death means becoming trapped in a living hell? One man endured a life of pain and constant experimentation at the hands of a doctor, more interested in furthering science than the health of his patients. A patient transformed into a human test tube.
This show can give you so many ideas for wonderful dinner conversations. Nobody mentions that. They just tell you don't discuss politics, religion, and sex. But they never say, oh, don't forget to access the horrifying and fascinating medical conversations. But, I don't know. It's not that it offends people, it's just disgusting. Can you believe this cardia is not a proper dinner thing? It's telling people it exists. It's just so amazing.
And so does Bill, an identity thief who stole Mary's identity, took over her bank accounts, and stole her hard-earned money. Unfortunately, millions of Americans just like you.
How could you not want to discuss it?
Misplaced information to wreak havoc on your life.
There's a woman that's the inspirational speaker that has the illness that you don't grow adipose tissue. That's proper. We could talk about that over dinner. Especially if you've eaten nice fatty prime rib. Did you know there are some people that cannot grow fat tissue at all? They look like walking skeletons and have to eat constantly like a hummingbird does because they can't store fat. Fat is a necessity on your body.
Alumin is not a cold treatment, it's an immune system strengthener created to help you all year long. In fact, a clinical study suggested that those taking
I forget her name, but she does inspirational speaking on not letting anyone get you down and inner beauty versus looking like a supermodel type. I wonder if the pro-Anna girls, they probably see her in a different light as their inspiration. Maybe those little freaks can get genes spliced and get an inhibitor put in so they can be extreme skinny and have it be biologically impossible for them to get any fat. And then they can eat every half hour like a mouse.
The spots are where I still don't know the answer. What is that? Series premiere Thursday, April 4th at 10 on Science. Of course. People sometimes donate their bodies after death for the training of doctors. But suppose medical science was after your body while you were still using it. Imagine
Those rude freaks.
held against your will, so that your personal anatomy could be endlessly violated for the benefit of a doctor's career. In the War of 1812, surgeons made Dr. William Beaumont needs only two things: a saw and a sewing kit. During the Battle of York, Beaumont spends 2 days amputating limbs.
Hang in there, son.
Not one of his 200 patients dies. But 9 years later, in peacetime, Dr. Beaumont meets a wound like no other.
Put him down! Let the sun repair.
He will later refer to it as magic.
Can you tell me your name? Which means your son isn't gonna hurt now.
We're gonna fix you up, Frank.
Alexis Saint-Martin has been accidentally shot by a hunter's musket.
Maybe it
The
should
hole
is.
it leaves in his side changes his life and the course of medical science. It's as bad as anything Beaumont's seen in war.
A large portion of his side was blown off. Several organs were lacerated. There was a perforation in the stomach through which breakfast food was escaping. It was an altogether miserable and hopeless case.
With Beaumont's help, Alexis Saint-Martin survives.
Morning.
Doctor,
Ugh.
You're doing well. Are you up and about enough?
I didn't get back to work then.
Well, now, hold your horses. Your body's good and strong, but you know as well as I do, this wound in your side. I don't know, I've never seen it like it. It just won't stay shut.
St. Martin was able to survive his injury, which was a gunshot wound to the abdomen, because he developed what's called a gastrocutaneous fistula. What happened is he was shot with a bullet that went through his skin, the fat, and the muscle of his abdominal wall. That bullet wound actually then entered his stomach, which is here. Now, as his injury healed, the stomach and the abdominal wall scarred together, leaving him with an opening through his skin into the inside of his stomach, which meant that when he ate, he actually had to put a plug or some gauze over the hole to prevent food from coming out.
Beaumont takes Alexis into his home and cares for him. From a certain angle, he can see right into the fistula and actually watch food being digested
Yummy.
inside Alexis' stomach.
It's truly astonishing. It is miraculous.
Nobody in the history of science has observed digestion inside a living, breathing man.
Before this time, people really didn't know what was happening inside the stomach. Was it chemical? Was it mechanical grinding? Was it a crushing effect?
As Alexis recovers, Beaumont employs him as a handyman.
Good day.
I chop wood. I do a woman's chores. It's not a man's life. The hole in Alexis' stomach traps him in an unfamiliar world.
Saint-Martin was really an outdoorsman. As a voyageur and a fur trader, he was used to carrying his canoe over rapids and around waterfalls. He traded with the Native Americans. He was a man who was used to living under the open skies.
Despite numerous attempts, Beaumont cannot close the hole. So he comes up with an alternative career for his patient. Guinea pig.
It's just a couple of tests. They'll cause you no discomfort, no pain.
What about going home?
I'll introduce some samples into the wound
And do what?
and learn about the gastric system. Alexis, you don't understand. You're a medical wonder.
No. I'm just a canoe man. You don't have a doctor and you have enough names you need, thanks. No, I don't want to.
You refer to the course of medical science.
She cannot fix me. So what about going home?
And I have nursed you back to life. Have I not cared for you at my own expense for 2 years? It's just a couple of tests.
Beaumont's notes on Alexis's injury become the beginnings of a book on the gastric system. When Beaumont is reassigned by the military to upstate New York, he takes Alexis with him and begins experimenting inside his patient.
Hold still.
No! It's lifting off.
Essentially, he has a finger-sized hole leading directly into his stomach, so digestive processes could continue to happen, and he could watch it. So one experiment where he tied a piece of meat to a string, put it directly into the fistula, which is in his stomach, and pulled it out over time to see what would happen. So he was essentially watching digestion happen in real time.
juices are largely composed of hydrochloric acid.
Excuse me.
What Beaumont observes is much like this burger dissolving in a vapor of acid. In a few hours, it becomes black goo. This process happens inside your body every day. Beaumont finds that meat put directly into Alexis's stomach is digested even faster than in a test tube.
So there's something extra other than just acid that's digesting on the inside of the stomach. Fascinating.
Beaumont is seeing enzymes at work, proteins that speed up digestion by the stomach acid. The notes for his book are full of groundbreaking science.
Let's try some of this.
So tell me, Doctor, you could close the hole, would you?
No.
There's just so much to learn from it.
So I thought. Well, it does not matter. You cannot fix it anyway, can you? You cannot fix me. Why do I need a doctor?
So this is changing science. You are changing science.
This does nothing for me. You cannot make me better, can you? This is your learning. That is all. What about Alexis and Doctor? Doctor, huh? Cross runs better. You don't know my science, would you? Alexis is no longer Beaumont's patient. He is a human test tube who will make the doctor famous. What does the death of an ocean have to do with the birth of civilization? The connections are deeper than you think. Rise of the
Oh, I should know that one.
Wednesday at 10. Only on Science. Question everything. You want to attend college and have an opportunity to pursue your goals, but you may not be able to afford it. At ITT Tech, we're doing something to make pursuing a degree more affordable. The new ITT Tech Opportunity Scholarship is now available to eligible students who qualify.
Hey, I'm almost excited.
Education costs.
Like,
At ITT Technical Institute,
you know.
we offer programs of study in promising career fields. Our schools of study include
Winning a
information
game of
technology,
chess, excited.
electronics technology, drafting and design, business, and criminal justice. We believe that pursuing an education is a sound investment. ITT Technical Institute.
No
Education
offense
for the future.
to your chess masters out there. If you are offended,
Call 866-594-0538.
It was hard when I was lying in the hospital and didn't know if anybody survived pancreatic cancer, that I decided, if I survive this, I want to offer hope to somebody else.
To find out more about our unique treatment options for complex and advanced stage cancer,
beep, beep, beep.
cancercenter.com. You'll be able to see our treatment results for many types of cancers and how they compare to national averages. You can also check for
But I'm also getting bored at the same time.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is different. It's state-of-the-art medicine, unique treatment options, and a level of compassion that cannot be copied. Why? Our people. People who give you not only their expertise, but their humanity. And the most well-organized, patient-centered care you'll find anywhere.
Life is good and I just appreciate it totally. I'm doing things I never dreamt I would do.
Every minute counts when you're fighting complex or advanced stage cancer. So please call or visit cancercenter.com today. Appointments are available now. Cancer Treatment Centers of America. Care that never quits.
If I were to offer you $50,000 in cash or $50,000 in gold, and you couldn't cash it in for 5 years, which would you choose? This free special report gives 5 compelling reasons why you should choose gold. In fact,
Gold.
once you read this exclusive report from Onyx, you'll understand why more and more investors choose gold for both wealth protection and profit potential, and have as much as 20% or more of their assets in gold. So call Onyx now, 1-800-449-2727 for your free report. And you'll also receive this free Gold Investors Kit, which will show you the many ways you can earn gold. Get the facts on gold. Call Onyx at 1-800-449-2727. That's 1-800-449-2727. Onyx, America's trusted name in precious metals for more than 40 years.
Do you know what this is? How about that? Because I seriously have no idea. But then again, having no idea is sort of the idea behind the new series, What Is That? Oh, look, he get clues. Maybe we can guess it before time runs out. Is it a sponge? Or a leaf? The spot's a word. I still don't know the answer. What is that? Series premiere Thursday, April 4th at 10 on Science. Of course. Dr. William Beaumont is experimenting on a man's stomach through a gruesome hole known as a gastric fistula. But something keeps getting in the way of Beaumont's relationship with the fascinating hole. It's over. His patient, Alexis Saint-Martin. How much longer, doctor? Hey, up here. I'm a man, not an experiment.
What? At the time, there was no contract for a patient to be protected or rules under which science had to be done. As a result, what was happening was a relationship between a physician and his patient, and an unequal relationship because the physician had much more to gain from these experiments than his patient did.
Beaumont did not immediately start experimenting on someone. He did try for months and months to close the fistula. But failing to close it, he had an unparalleled opportunity. And I think some people would have argued that it would have been unethical not to take advantage of this kind of natural experiment.
It ain't so bad.
I'll settle them.
Alexis needs money when he gets married. He's forced to work with Beaumont to help support his wife. Beaumont continues his experiments, investigating how food breaks down inside the body. He records the effect of Alexis's changing moods on digestion. Stop putting it in. Could you stop? I told you to stop putting it!
Yes. One more example.
He notes that irritability seems to inhibit digestion, but that was not all he discovered.
Beaumont also studied the effects of temperature on digestion. He found that food digested more quickly in warm gastric juice as opposed to cooler gastric juice. Now, this was breakthrough science at his time. Today, we understand that this is because chemical reactions proceed more quickly when the temperature is higher.
Beaumont is gaining valuable data for his book, but Alexis has had enough. He runs away to Canada. It takes Beaumont a year and a half to find him and persuade him to return. He won't let his medical miracle get away again. He enlists Alexis into the army, where the punishment for desertion is death.
Oh,
Welcome back, Alexis.
what a jerk. Clever though.
Once more, Beaumont gets his hands on Alexis's gut, which he now calls old fistulas.
So what Beaumont wants to know now is whether there's a difference between eating food naturally versus simply putting food in the stomach. And he tries this with many different foods, mutton, oysters, pork, to see what the differences are. And what he finds is that chewing food through the mouth is digesting faster than putting food directly into the stomach. And the difference here is that food is being broken down and that enzymes are being released in the mouth, which allows the digestive process to happen faster that way.
In a 10 years since Alexis came into Beaumont's care, Beaumont's discovered more about the human digestive system than any science.
Vivisection.
But
Done.
Alexis's life has become intolerable.
Will you wait for me outside?
Following the death of one of his children, he leaves what he says is a short trip to Canada.
See you in a month.
I'm just going over my mistakes.
Alexis will never return. Beaumont's bird has flown for good. Though his human test tube never returns, Beaumont decides to publish his groundbreaking book anyway.
Despite being unable to continue his research, Beaumont had hit the jackpot with his book. He had figured out that digestion is a chemical, not a mechanical process, and his diet tables continued to be used as his book became the authoritative source for the next 100 years. He had become the father of gastrophysiology. San Martin, by contrast, had a rougher go of it. After so many years of being somebody else's guinea pig, he was ready to get on with his life.
Alexis San Martin escapes to his beloved Canadian wilderness, where he lives to the age of 86. A moon in the sun never closes. This is your one and only warning. Your screen will soon be filled with dramatized stories of scientific research that some people may find controversial and disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised. Ask yourself, does progress always come at a price? Are some experiments too risky? Just wrong. A little curiosity
I
can
think
turn
it's time to
anyone.
stop this segment as a video.
Scientific knowledge cannot be unlearned. It has a power of its own. No matter how or why it is obtained, good or evil intentions do not always result in good and evil outcomes. As you will see in these 3 stories of experimentation and unforeseen consequences. You will meet a man who finds out firsthand just how deadly religious faith can be. And I'll introduce you to a mathematician who has reduced all that is kind and good in humanity to a new formula. But first, we'll detail a medical operation that will protect society from the criminally insane. But who is the criminal? The madman or the doctor? Professor Egas Moniz, Portugal's most brilliant scientist, director of neurology at the University of Lisbon. He's about to revolutionize the world of medicine.
Oh, this is
In the 1920s, medics had access to X-rays, which can really give you beautiful outlines of bones, for example.
Can't see it.
However, getting a good look at the brain was nearly impossible because it would simply show up as a spongy blob.
The anterior is the human brain. Look. This is the anterior spine.